Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political and societal questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other. You have been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you are watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed or whatever works for you. So, and all the regular live streams are timestamped. So, hello, Angie. Hello. Oh, no, the kitties. Oh, the cuteness. Okay. I'm an adult. I can handle it. No, I can't. They're so cute. Okay. All right. So, oh, buckle up, kids. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna be okay. We're going to be okay, and we're in this together. And the whole reason we're here is to look at the news. We can go over it together. You're not alone going through the news. I can do some readings, and we can then set it aside and then go on with our day. But there's someone who's shown up again, who's one of my least favorite people, but it's a list. Thank you, Amy. Amy gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. It's very kind. Oh boy. Okay. I have fortified myself with some Earl Grey. Supreme. And we've got the cuteness. We have the pretty colors. We've got some fun nails today. They're actually glitter. There's some blue glitter. It's kind of fun. Kind of light teal. Light blue. Anyway. All right. So at 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, this one isn't as bad. Boy, I really sell the live stream, don't I? Just sitting here kind of braced, like, okay, I'm gonna look at this. All right, everybody ready? All right. During his first term in an attempt to update Air Force One, Dumpy gave $3.9 billion, but gave a $3.9 billion contract to Boeing for 2 new 747-8 jets with a new paint job and fully updated interior, with the original timeline for delivery happening between 2026 and 2027. Remember that? Thank you. But now, Boeing has said that the updated presidential jet won't be ready until 2029, after Trump's second term ends. Hermit, still working on it. Still. Yeah. Trump has thrown such a fit about this that an unnamed Air Force spokesman told RawStory that an update on the delivery timeline is expected sometime in the spring of 2025. Will these demands, here's the thing, because it's Boeing. Boeing's been having safety issues, big time safety issues. Will these demands compromise the safety of the planes? Yeah. Lewis. Blah. And actually, I think there was someone else who said that. Who was it? Up here. Bretu. Blah. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, this is lunacy. This is stupidity. Don't use some higher wisdom. because they've already shown they can keep secrets. You have a choice. Do you want it done fast or right? A lot of people don't realize that. Okay, and again, I will, for anybody who's new around here, I was on the edges of the aviation industry for a number of years. My ex-husband was a commercial pilot, and he went into flight school just after we got married. So, and I worked in the front desk at the front desk at a flight school, the front desk it's called an FBO, where the private planes come in. I've talked to many, many pilots, aviation stuff. I am not a pilot. I don't have any interest in becoming a pilot. I have taken a couple of lessons. It was fun, but yeah, and now I want nothing to do with any of it at all. But I'm just saying that I do have some sense of what I'm talking about a little bit, just a little, not a lot. I'm not saying I do, but most people don't realize how old the regular planes are, like the regular commercial planes that everybody flies in. Um, they're a lot older than you think in general. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing, because to get your plane, even just a regular plane, get maintenance on it is extremely expensive, because you can't go down to like the local hardware store and get anything. Even every bolt, every little piece of absolutely everything has to be FAA approved. Which means it's more expensive than average. Um, airline mechanics make a lot of money, but they also have to have a lot of training. So the fact that Boeing got away with putting faulty stuff on their planes is so boneheaded, but older planes, they're if then there are limits, like how every engine only gets X many miles or X many hours of use, and then it has to be replaced. There are other things that have to be replaced after a certain time. They're stress test, they're checking for stress and strain. So you really you're a lot safer actually in planes also than you realize. Seriously, seriously. So I do want to say that, but telling Boeing, yeah, hurry up by a year, by a couple of years. Oh, they might do it, but considering how important these planes are, really? This okay, you are an idiot. But his narcissism knows no bounds. He's surrounded by sycophants. He gets whatever whim he has. King of Swords. This would be your like head of Boeing. Swords are air signs. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. If he wants it faster, it's going to cost a lot more money. That's what I'm getting. Boeing isn't doing this for fun. So he's going to have to, Jumpy's going to have to convince those holding the purse strings to give Boeing more money. So does Dumpy get to fly on the new Air Force One? Amy Jones says, why should he care? It's us Americans. It's our tax money. Well, yeah, it would. It's going to be, whenever they're done, they'll be amazing. Latest technology, cutting edge, great stuff. But that's a really weak card. That's having trouble raising money, or it's just weakness. And then these next two cards, That's not good. You've got Democrats. I mean, okay, we'll go with the most positive alternative, which would be celebrating a new planes. But then I've got a 10 of swords. This is bad. Do not rush this. But he still will, because he's an idiot. Thick as two short planks, dumb as a rock. A whole thing of beef Wellington leftover short of a picnic. Aces lowest. I mean, I don't even know how to explain this. The arrogance. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's hope that I don't think he's actually going to get the plane, or if he does, it's not going to go well. And that is entirely on him. And I just pray that other people don't suffer. But that's kind of what we're doing. That's kind of what we're all thinking about for the next 4 years, is minimizing the suffering of everybody else. Minimizing the suffering that he has created, that he creates and that he's going to create. Anyway. Yes, Bretu, not the coldest beer in the fridge. Yeah. Raymond says when Trump's alone in a room, he's still not the smartest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So now, do you remember the line from Office Space? Looks like you've been missing a lot of work. I wouldn't say I was missing it. Yeah. I have not missed this person, not one bit. But he's back at 12 minutes, 30 seconds in. Devin Nunes. Yes, indeed. Devin Nunes and his cow. Devin Nunes, while still head of Truth Social, conflict of interest, anybody, has been appointed as chairman of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. Oxymoron. President's Intelligence Advisory Board. Quote, as chairman, Devin Nunes will have access to all of the intelligence that is gathered by the intelligence community. What could go wrong? The idea is that he is supposed to be the president's eyes and ears over the intelligence community. Ooh. With that information and simultaneously serving as the head of Truth Social, it means that he has the ability to post things he shouldn't know, but also, as Rick Wilson points out, the fact that Truth Social receives funding from foreign governments while they is also targets of our intelligence, become deeply disturbing. Boy, that the end of that sentence, it's a quote, and that sentence fell apart sharply. But yeah, Truth Social receives funding from foreign governments. Lois says intelligence should be a requirement to oversee intelligence. Correct. Oh boy. Okay. This is not anything that has to be confirmed by the Senate. The kitty. Told the sweetness. Devin Nunes. Chairman of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. I mean, even his smile is. Have you seen his smile? Hal Sparks makes fun of his smile every time he sees him. And yeah, I mean, I don't generally like to make fun of people for how they look, but it's Devin Nunes, traitor, um, in my opinion. But when he goes on to any kind of interview and they're just showing him while he's being introduced, it's like he parks his teeth on his bottom lip or something, and he just goes, "It's not good." And after all these years, you'd think, it's not. Card for the reading is Dumpy is the man. Yeah. Not the emperor, just a man. Ba-ba. How long have Dumpy and his people been attacking the intelligence community, law enforcement, intelligence community? Yep. Dave says the intelligence community will go into whisper mode, not have written evidence for anything. Elizabeth Farmer says Laura Ingram does that too. Creepy. Yeah. Whew. Anyway. I call her Laura Angerham. Anyway, they've done everything they can to undermine the intelligence community, Trump running his mouth, giving away secrets from other countries. Okay, I'm getting the eight of wands. A lot of stuff on Dumpy and his ilk. Throwing a lot. Is trying to knock down basically everything we've built in the United States as far as trust and intelligence, what have you. Now in the center, I've got the Nine of Cups, and then I've got an Ace of Pentacles and a Page of Swords. And I'm asking about Devin Nunes. So he's the Page of Swords here, which is just a bully, but it's also very weak. This is all the this is a whole bunch of intelligence here. National security intelligence. But because of foreign money, large amounts of money, and this dough-headed mental snowflake, yeah, they're holding on. He's got his arms crossed. Yeah, all this stuff behind him. The merchant, yeah, he's like, no. I mean, there are a surprising number of people in intelligence and they just consider that, okay, our work product is for one client, and that is the president, blah, blah, blah. But I've got some people dragging their feet. Doesn't mean he's not going to get any information, but I definitely see some feet dragging. Sue Collins, the Mar-a-Lago bathroom being a prime example. Mm-hmm. There was a question here about the Moon card, number 7. This card actually, this isn't the secrets card generally. I mean, I guess it could be, but that's usually more like the High Priestess. The Moon card is more about chaos, the full moon, like today, full moon. Yeah, those are not happy happy animals. So the chaos that's around Trump, they've been through this. On the far right, yeah, but this is very small. There's nothing big. I don't think that like the head of the NSA is going to get fired for withholding huge amounts of information from Trump. I don't see that, but I do see along the way some people, yeah, we'll get the, oh yeah, oh gosh, my printer's not working. Okay, hang on. Um, yeah, I'll fill out that paperwork. I'll get around. Oh, didn't I? Oh, I'm so sorry. I can see this a little smattering of people dragging their feet, but I don't know how effective it's going to be. As far as Devin Nunes goes, he's kind of a. It isn't that he's a black hole energetically. He's just kind of not there. Does that make sense? Knight of Cups. Where have I got all these cup cards? Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, and he's weak. A lot of the intelligence agencies are under the administrative part of the government, right? So if, for example, control of like the House or something flips over to Democrats, does that limit any of the information that Trump is getting? Probably not, but I've got a whole lot of Democratic energy here. And again, don't forget, we're still dealing with Pluto and Aquarius. It's a big deal. Shannon says some are under the DOD, some are independent. Okay, thank you. Do put your questions in the chat before I come on. I'm always looking for good questions. Please. All right, 2220. All right, one promise Numpy is doubling down on is his commitment of closing the Department of Education. Will he accomplish this? I wonder how much he understands what the Department of Education does, because a lot of the stuff that he complains about, curriculums and all of this, are decided by states. I mean, there might be some national stuff, but the bulk of work is done in the states. And on the national level, the Department of Education has a lot to do with grants. It has a lot to do with things that I think he doesn't think. I think they don't necessarily think. That's what I truly believe. They zero understanding. Lewis says 0% understanding of any and everything. Yeah, it's just Sue Collins' problem. He doesn't get it. Yeah. Department of Education. They'll try. Also, the thing about Trump is, obviously not all teachers are female, but because in his warped head they are, that's another reason to take power away from teachers or educators. They put notions in the little people's heads, but also women. So yeah, if he can ham in women, he'll never pass by an opportunity for that. Will they try if things continue the way they're going? Yeah, they'll try. That's the whole thing. Here's the problem though for this is already here. This is the damage they've already done, or the damage it could only do early. Ace of Swords here is a big old sword of truth, and it feels very educated. And they're not going to listen to the truth. But then I get a Knight of Cups, which is either Democrats having some power here, or Democrats successfully fighting to keep the Department of Education. And I don't know, just trying to make sure people get an education. All right. Okay, I did not get a chance to watch Hal Sparks covering Trump's speech at the stock exchange, but I am really looking forward to seeing it. 2610. I did watch his Saturday show, but so Ms. Gibson was saying, I saw Trump's speech at the stock exchange on Hal Sparks, and Trump was obviously struggling to find the right words. I think he knows something is wrong. Will he get the proper medical diagnosis and treatments? No. He's not. His narcissism will not allow him to accept that weakness, but also it takes a lot of swallowing your pride to go to any doctor and say, I'm having trouble mentally. And he does not have that kind of bravery. He does not value any kind of working on yourself. But exactly, Lois, there's nothing wrong in a narcissistic mind. So Trump's health. Entertainment only YouTube. Hey, the man, let's just say the man is unbalanced. Balance? Very much not. I did a graphic a few years ago for a cover for this channel of Trump in profile with his brain. I made his brain is made out of Swiss cheese, and there was a little mouse sitting on top of his head. He only goes to see these boutique doctors who will tell him whatever he wants to hear. He's obnoxious. He drinks 12 cans of Coke a day, full-size cans of Diet Coke every day. He eats like a spoiled 5-year-old. He's a materialist. He eats a lot of Doritos and chips and M&Ms and junk food all day long. There's only so much as doctors can do. I mean, you can run the tests, and some of them are really bad, some of them are okay, but what can you do? And the fact is, he's unbalanced. Chris Cole says, I thought that mouse was a rat. Could have been a rat. It's been a while. It's been years. So nobody can help him because he doesn't listen. So Dorinda's asking, how is it that Dumpy's still alive with that diet? I'm curious. 30. Oh, 15. How is Trump still alive when he eats and drinks like he does? Because I lost a friend of mine who was a shining light in this world. And she was 36. Gorgeous inside and out. Sweet. But this jerk is still walking around ruining people's lives. Meow Chrissy Meow says his fuel is evil. He does it. Yes, he does it for the evils. EVILZ. Oh boy. All right. How is that still walking the earth? This is soul contracts. Hello, Iris. Thank you, Night Moon Glow. It's a gem. Anyway, he has a painting in the attic. Well, first of all, yes, better living through chemistry. There's that. He's not healthy. Have you ever, I know we have reached points in over the years that we've been together for these live streams where there can sometimes reach a point where you stop being sad and you start just feeling angry, and it gives you enough adrenaline or focus or what have you to move forward and not just implode. That's kind of his thing. He's a bully. I'm gonna need some clarification on this temperance card because it's right next to the tower, which is in the center, which is his anger and his awfulness. His health is bad. It's really bad. But there's the famous thing about Napoleon. One of the reasons Napoleon was so successful was because he didn't follow the way wars were fought at the time. He refused, where those of the aristocracy and what have you, they were the officers. No, he looked for people who were successful, who were good at rousing the troops, keeping their whatever size group they were in, keeping them together, motivated. He elevated those people. And one of the things he would do was he would go, if it was somebody who was thinking about elevating, he would go to the soldiers who had most closely worked with whoever that was, and ask, was he born under a fortunate star? Basically, is he lucky? And whether it directly related to astrology or it was just in general, he elevated people who are not only good, but people who had already shown that they had a lot of luck. And some people just do. Trump has a lot of luck that he doesn't deserve. He's got a really, really good Jupiter placement that he does not deserve. So, but yeah, his health is terrible. And it's his anger and smallness. Because I asked for some clarification. I got this always waiting for a ship to come in, feeling beaten up. He's always the victim. But he's always planning, plotting to, some people, they reach a certain age and then they start kind of slowing down and because they're like, I've had my family, or I've had enough of as much of a family as I want. I have where I live. I'm good. He doesn't get there. It's never, like Mary Trump said, it's never enough. It's never enough. And not only is it not enough, but his plans have to include putting other people down. He has a hobby. He has a terrible hobby, but he has a hobby. But it's going to catch up with him because his health is terrible. So Lewis is saying he eats what he wants. He's gotten away with his numerous crimes. He's even looked into the sun during an eclipse. Magic does he have? A really, really well-placed Jupiter, the great benefic of the zodiac. Anyway, yes, that is true, Robert House. He is a rabid sociopath. Yes. It's amazing how it keeps the blood warm. But, oh gosh. All right. Star Melody Elizabeth B is bringing up something that it's a little frustrating at 38 minutes in. Now, ABC News has the audacity to donate billions of dollars to keep Dumpy 45 happy like the cowards of mainstream media. Apparently, Trump and ABC News settled Trump's defamation suit. And now ABC is donating billions of dollars. Billions? Really? I didn't get a chance to go read this article. Seems like a little high, but okay. Will mainstream media learn the hard way in years to come? 15 million. Thank you, David. 15 million. Jeez. Mainstream media. Hello. I haven't gone and listened to or watched any of the Scarborough stuff since he and Mika went down and kissed the ring or whatever else it was. But apparently I guess Scarborough is fluctuating back and forth between oh, sorry, and how dare you be mad at me, that kind of thing. So, mainstream media. There's if Midas Touch was a stock, I'd consider buying it if I had the money because this does not look good. This looks like the corporate overlords just don't want to deal with it. Oh my gosh, my shirt matches my mug. It takes so little to make me happy. That does make me happy. I didn't realize that. These are, yeah, these are cowards. They're cowards. It's all about the money. It's all about ratings. And these bigger companies, they, you know, partially by law, they have to be, their number one priority has to be their shareholders. But this is, yes, there are already those on the far right media, but this is also with some plans to try to push people in that direction and make it harder for Democrats to get their voices out. But it's, you know, honestly, I can't remember the last time I watched MSNBC. Have we watched it here? I don't think we have. Thank you, Veronica. Yeah, with Ben. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's about the money. So you do the far right communication. People decide whether they're going to watch or not. Mainstream media, they just care about the money. So, yeah. Really, it's a waste of time. So. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway. Let me see. I want to make sure that I get to this particular at 42:30. I want to make sure I get to this one. And anything I don't get to, I'll roll over to tomorrow. But Senators Joe Manchin and Peter Welch, who's a Democrat from Vermont, they've introduced a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on Supreme Court justices. The Manchin-Welch amendment would impose single 18-year non-renewable terms for the Supreme Court justices. Each 18-year term would be staggered every 2 years. Current justices will not be held to term limits, but blocks of 18-year terms will begin to cycle every 2 years once the amendment is ratified. When the current justice retires, their replacement will be assigned the remainder of their current 18-year block until every justice on the Supreme Court is term limited. Eventually, every 2 years, there will be a new Supreme Court vacancy to be filled by the current president. Will this go through? Susie Buckingham says, I don't like the Midas touch headlines. Yeah, I've got trouble with the clickbait stuff. So, okay, Supreme Court, justice term limits, 18 years. Please. And David Miner says, how about holding them to the ethics? Ding, 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 ding. Yes, please. Let's do that. Thank you, Lois. Amy saying 18 years is too long. Fizzle. Yeah, the current Supreme Court is just a burden of right-wing garbage. Yeah. Of course, the current ones, they're going to hang on as long as possible. I mean, how else would the Thomases ever go on vacation if it wasn't for Harlan Crow. They'd never be able to go anywhere or do anything. Right. This would be a big thing. Amendments are a big thing. But then I've just got 5 of Cups and Page of Wands where it just goes fizzle. Let's do the ethics thing. Let's do that. That would be good. Oh boy. And I want to make sure I get to this one too, because this is just, I don't know. Is it just me, or is this kind of, might be fun? The NYPD is preparing to deploy an army of combat-ready battle drones to take down the drones over New York and New Jersey. Battle drones. Feels like a song should be starting. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Battle drones over the sky, in the skies. As long as nobody actually gets hurt. Drone wars. Yes, KSC. Da, 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 da. Veronica Johannes says, my grandson loves BattleBots. Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember back when in the UK there was a show that it would pit small robots against each other in battle. It was a good show. Nobody got hurt. Everybody was happy. You know, a whole bunch of students and their teachers or parents would get together and make the stuff. It was nice. Yeah, as long as they can keep it contained. Oh, the future. The future is now. Yeah, we're worried it could be dangerous. But we also need better laws about what you can do and what you can't. I mean, granted, apparent now, what I've heard is that the drones in New Jersey and whatnot, that they were actually following FAA rules, distance, flight paths, lights. And these things are cheap. Even just the small ones, they're cheap, cheap, cheap. But there's confusion because you don't know exactly where they are and you don't know. Ace of Cups, and they can just build more. People can 3D print the things with very little else. Wheel of Fortune. To some extent, maybe you need a certain amount of, I mean, we're developing drone technology, small drone technology, and it'd be good, this would be a good exercise, as opposed if someone who has really nefarious ideas ever decides to start using drones, battle drones, against the US. So, or individual crackpots or what have you. So in a sense, this is kind of an exercise. But this is the future. We are in for so many changes coming. So many. I was listening this morning to the astrology podcast, and they were talking about the history of Pluto and Aquarius. It was really good. But anyway, all right. It is 12:52 here in Chicago, and that's going to do it for me for today. But, oh, where's my thing? No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Ding. All right. So thank you for being here. We are here. These are my 4 YouTube channels. We're finishing Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology from 3 to 6. I'll be over on the Creative Sprints live stream. Bring your projects. We don't talk about politics. We just show up every day, making progress on our projects, whatever it is you're into, or even just cleaning, you know. But we hang out there. And then tomorrow at 11:30, I'll be back on the Stay Calm channel here on YouTube. So we'll get some calming, positive energy, that, and then I'll roll over to questions I didn't get to state it tomorrow. And then today I'm working on a, I probably can't record it until tomorrow, but today I'm working on the how-to video, how to cash stuff video for the Color Organization channel. All right. And that's it. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You are not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. So hang in there. All right. And be well. Marilyn, could you put the links in the description? I absolutely will. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you later. All right. Take care.